I left without a headline, but I kept singing where no one looked. I wasn't missed, I wasn't sought, just faded without a thought. No notes, no doors, no loud retreat, just silence at my feet. But in the quiet where I fell, I wrote what I can't tell. Not for applause, not for a stage, just truth across a page. While gone, I found a deeper tone, a song that's mine alone. These are songs I wrote and disappear when no one knew that I was near. They don't belong to light or pride, they live where I still hide. And though they'll never top the charts, they stitch my shattered parts. I hummed them into walls and dusk with hands that smelled of rust. Each melody a quiet scream, too soft for anyone's dream. I vanished not to make a scene, but lose what I had been. And what returned was not the same, but full of ash and flame. I wrote not hoping to be seen, but just to stay between. These are songs I wrote and disappear, the ghosts that made me reappear. They don't belong to verse or fame, they hum without a name. And if you've ever gone that far, you've sung right where they are. I didn't come back with an anthem, but with pieces that finally fit. The sky moved on, but the rain stayed in me. There's rainfall echoing inside, no clouds, but still it hides a quiet storm beneath my skin. It knocks, but won't begin. The thunder never shakes the ground, but hums without a sound. You wouldn't know it just by gaze. It falls in secret ways. My lungs don't drown, they just recall how soft the raindrops fall. There's rainfall in my chest, it's nay, not pouring loud, just there to stay. It doesn't flood, it doesn't plead, it rains because it needs. And though the sky outside is clear, inside it still draws near. You thought I healed when light returned, But some storms stay unburned. Not all the drops can leave a trace, but still they claim their place. I walk through sun but breathe in gray. Each eye a hidden spray. And if I laugh, don't be deceived. There's rain, I never grieved. Not every storm must shout or shake. Some fall for their own sake. There's rainfall in my chest each night that sings beneath the sleeping light. It doesn't ask, it doesn't run. It stays when day is done. And though you may not hear its beat, it rains in silent heat. With light and louder ways, but I still sit in dusk and dust, where time feels more like trust. You never said a last goodbye, no words, no need to try, but now each corner that I see still bends to memory. You're not a sound I play again. They said you left, but stillness keeps wearing you. Some hearts don't bloom at noon, they open where the world is dim. I never fit in morning's light, too harsh, too full, too right. I breathe in rooms the sun avoids, and now is that feel like voids. I walk where clocks forget to chime, but time just falls in a rhyme. No schedule holds the space I keep. I bloom where others sleep. Not built for noise or daily race, I find a softer place. I belong to broken hours, to wilted skies and quiet paths. I ran from silence for so long, until it stayed and saved it. I used to fear the empty room, the echo spoke of doom. But when the voices all fell flat, the hush grew more than that. It didn't shout, it didn't plead. It asked what I might need. And in the still, I saw the seams where truth faded dreams. No one stayed to hear my cries, but silence never lies. The silence that saved me didn't speak sweet, didn't soothe me gently. It cracked me open, made me feel what noise would never heal. And though it didn't hold my hand, it taught me how to stand. It let me fall without a net, no comfort, no regret. But in that fall, I heard my breath, still strong though close to death. I searched for answers in the crowd, but found them in the sound of nothing said, nothing planned, just peace I didn't understand. No one else could set me free, but silence heard me be. The silence that saved me didn't flatter, didn't chase me bravely. It let me break it, let me bruise until I had to choose. And when the noise had walked away, the quiet asked me to stay. Not every savior comes with sound. Some just sit and stay. I played to fill the silence. But silence learned to play me too. I try to drown the quiet out with songs of love and doubt, but every note I forced to stay just slipped and walked away. I filled the room with chord and line, but silence drew the spine. It wasn't empty, it was wise. It held what truth denies. It match its grace. It played my hidden place. Ooh, the quiet that played me back gave me all the noise I lacked. It broke me down to every scene, then hummed beneath the dream. And now I sing without attack, because the quiet played me back. I played the silence once. Not every whisper disappears. Some become who we are. Your voice that floats through empty rooms like dust that holds perfume. Not loud enough to call my name, but deep inside the flame. You spoke in tones the world forgot, but I recall the line. The way you pause between your sighs still echoes through my skies. You never screamed, you never stayed, but left a sound that stays. These are the whispers that don't fade, etched in the dust my heart has made. Not bound by time, not torn by rain. They linger, soft as pain. And though they're quiet to the rest, to me, they still confess. The world forgot your softer tone, but I still walk alone through halls you filled with breathless grace, still marked by your embrace. I never captured what you meant until your sound was spent. Now every stillness speaks of you in ways no one else knew. You never begged the world to see, but left your voice in me. These are the whispers that don't fade. They haunt the songs I never played. I feel them rise when I'm undone, like shadows on the sun. And even when the world moves on, you sing in every dawn. The quiet things you said still shape the way I
Some melodies hold more than notes. They carry ghosts we used to be. I hear you in a minor chord in songs we once ignored. You're not a voice, you're not a line. You're woven in the spine. The space between the rise and fall still hums your secret call. You're not the sound, you're not the key. You're ghosting silently. You never left, you just withdrew between each fading hue. Ghost between the melodies, living in old harmonies. You're hiding in the cello's cry and every soft goodbye. I hear you where the what you left tucked away. You haunt the keys I used to press when love was not a guess. I feel you near, not quite in tune, but real as phantom moon. You never sang your last refrain, but linger in the strain. Ghost between the melodies, drifting through my symphonies. You're not the lyric, but the air that trembles when I care. And though your name won't meet the rhyme, you pulse beyond all time. You were never just a memory. It's not the sound that proves unreal, it's the pulse that never yields. The world applauds the voice that roars, but never knows the core, where breath is held and shadows hum, and truth refuses drums. I move beneath when noise forgets, between unspoken debts, where every heartbeat hides a tale too deep to ever fail. You won't hear me through the glare, but I am always there. I am the pulse beneath the silence, the throne behind the false defiance. Not loud, not bright, but fully flame that beats without a name. When all the shouting fades away, my rhythm still will stay. In every hush I start to breathe. In grief you never sheathe. No banner raised, no curtain call, just strength that doesn't fall. I echo in the space between the life and what has been. A song too soft to fill a stage, but sharp within the cage. Not every voice was built to sing, some be without a string. I am the pulse beneath the silence, a steady truth in deep defiance. You won't record or amplify, but feel me passing by. And when you're still enough to hear, you'll find I'm always near. Not all voices speak in sound. Some live between the lines, and still they ring. You listen close but miss the space, where silence leaves a trace. The world plays loud but skips the tone of hearts that break alone. I sing where most won't dare to feel, in echoes soft and real. No spotlight finds the notes I send. I speak when no one claps.
You heard the surface but missed the soul. I echo what you tried to scroll. Oh no, you like the part that played in tune, the polished mask that smiled at noon. But underneath the filtered tone, a voice still stands alone. You cut the breath to fit the beat, ignore the heart beneath my feet. But I still ring in every space, a self you can't erase. I'm not the version made for show, I'm what refuses no. I'm the reverb of the real me, the sound you try to frame. You dress me up in silence, but I still spoke your name. No echo here is empty, no trail is out of place. I bounce through every moment you try to refrain. You looped the best, cut out the raw, but couldn't mute what I still saw. Your edit sliced your timing tight, but truth still caught the light. You built a mix to fit the scene, but I remain behind the screen, a resonance you can't contain that speaks beyond your chain. You blurred my sound but couldn't dim the core that shakes within. I'm the reverb of the real me, the one you tried to stall, but echoes bend through silence and reach beyond the wall. No filter holds my edges, no fader makes me small. The louder I am buried, the more I learn to call. I don't fade out, I resonate. I don't pretend, I reverberate. I'm the ghost in the feedback, the pulse you thought you lost. I echo in distortion, no matter what it cost. They call it noise, but it was memory. I live in echoes you forgot to bury. I haunt the spaces you distort, the frequencies you never caught. You turn the dial to block me out, but I still hum inside your doubt. I'm woven through your perfect tone, a phantom thought you left alone. Each time you play, I slip back through the sound that won't undo. You mute the pain, but not the trace. I live between each bass. I'm the ghost in the feedback, the pulse in tones that crack and drift in fragments you can't lift. You tried to kill what hurt too much, but pain still clings to touch. You play it loud to drown the gray, but I still find a way. I'm the ghost in the feedback, the notes you left behind. I haunt the clean production with truths you couldn't find. No silence ever stops me, no gate can shut me out. I rise in every chorus, the screen behind your shout. Feedback swell fading into near silence. You turn the mix, but I was never gone. I'm the glitch that still belongs. Truth doesn't always render clean. Sometimes it breaks to be seen. You filtered facts into a glow, compress the edges till they go, but I still buzz beneath the gloss, where truth outlives the loss. Your world's in HD, neat and fast, but I'm the lag that makes it last. I speak in frames that skip and glitch, the data drop you can't unstitch. You pixelate what hurts to feel, but I refuse to kneel. Big crushed truths still bleed in bits through static bursts and signal splits. You seek perfection's clean design, but I'm the broken spine that holds the song that shakes the air. Cause I care. You code the world in flawless terms, but miss the heat beneath the burns. You tune the noise to fit your norm, but I'm the pulse outside your form. No need to smooth the lines I draw. Each jagged piece reveals a law that says what breaks can still be bold. The truth can't be controlled. You mute the mess, you clip the reel, but I still make you feel. Big crushed truths don't beg for grace, they crackle raw across your face. No polish here, no perfect flow, just sound you didn't know could hold such weight, could cut so deep. I glitch so I can speak. Every broken bite still bites. Every glitch still hits. You wanted flawless, but silence fits too well there. Perfect doesn't sing, it just waits to break. You dress the sound in silk and glass, afraid the cracks might come too fast. You polish notes until they bleed. left no pulse inside what's said. You carved each line with rules and grace, but lost the soul in space. I may be raw, but I am free. My disarray still speaks for me. You crave the shine, ignore the sting, but truth won't always cling. Perfect doesn't sing, it only follows form. But I am in the static, where feelings rise and storm. I don't need to sound like angels, I need to sound like me. And if it cracks, then let it, that's where I'm most free. From within. Perfect doesn't sing, it only follows form. But I am in the static, where feelings rise and storm. I don't need to sound like angels, I need to sound like me. And if it cracks, then let it, that's where I'm most free. Silence what you feared would sting, but I learned truth doesn't need to ring clean.
I echo through each open scene, not from a dream, but from the scream. You tried to take the signal tight, but sorrow leaks through every night. I buzz within the cracks you fear, a frequency too sharp, too near. Don't fix the hum, just let it be. My wounds are melody. You want the song without the scar, but I'm exactly as I are. These are wounds in stereo, no filter makes them fade. They pulse across the spectrum of every choice I made. Distorted but relentless, this broken sound is true. You'll hear me in the silence, because I echo I never asked to fit the range. I tune myself through every change. You healed with hush, I healed with sound, by turning pain around. You searched for volume, sweet and safe, but I'm the depth beneath the wave. Each scar I carry sings in time, and dissonance becomes my rhyme. You sought perfection, trimmed and neat, but I found grace in being.
whisper, they sing in stereo.
You built your walls, you seal the seams, but echoes thread through broken dreams. You thought I'd fade in quiet air, but I still hum when you're not there. I wasn't meant for perfect lines. I bend the rules, the silence binds. You turn me down, but miss the truth. My voice outlives your proof. Yet you killed the sound, but not the spark. I still speak in the dark. I'm the echo you tried to silence, the noise beneath your skin. You closed your eyes to end me, but I rise again within. No filter can erase me, no shame will shut me down. I ring in every corner where your silence can't be found. You pray for peace, but fear the scream. Yet I exist in every seam. I crack the glass you hide behind and turn your rules to something blind. You called me wrong, you named me loud, but I still bloom outside your crowd. I don't dissolve, I resonate. Your silence came too late. You locked the room, ignored the sound, but I still come around. I'm the echo you tried to silence, but silence has its end. You turned away and broke me, but broken still can bend. I live inside your quiet, a shadow that won't flee. You fear the sound of truth, but the echo was me. You called it peace, but it was just quiet fear. I called it broken, but it finally felt clear. You wrapped your world in velvet hush, afraid the truth would speak too much. You painted calm, you shaped a mask, but peace was never meant to last. Behind the silence, pulses screamed the lies you whispered in your dream. You shut the door, ignored the tracks, but light leaks through the cracks. Your perfect stillness isn't pure, but my noise is something sure. Noiseless lies, honest cracks. I won't hide what silence lacks. You coated pain in golden tone, but left me breaking all alone. Your quiet killed what could be real, but now I let it feel. I held my breath to fit your space, but lost the shape of my own face. You praised the calm, you feared the flood, but I found home inside the mud. My voice was soft, but grew through stone. I learned to shake when left alone. What you erased, I now
kept it quiet to look whole, but I cracked and found my soul. You wanted silence, but I'm made of echoes. You asked for peace, but I only know pieces. I am the voice between the lines, the skip between your perfect rhymes. I shake the words you meant to say and carve my path a different way. You crave a song that fits the mold, but I am stories left untold. A shattered phrase, a jagged beat, I bleed in my repeat. You call it noise, but still you hear the truth behind the smear. Fragments speak louder than all your quiet lies. You stitched a pretty silence while I broke to survive. I scatter in the open where raw is all I've known. You fear the disconnection, but I've made it my home. You iron out the chaos deep, but I find sound where others sleep. In every glitch and every fall, I find the parts that still stand tall. You say I'm cracked, that I should mend, but I create what you pretend. My voice was born from incomplete, yet somehow more concrete. Your silence bends, but I still burn. There's truth in what won't turn. Fragments speak louder than echoes trimmed to size. Your harmony feels hollow compared to my raw cries. I don't need to be perfect, just fearless in my skin. Each break becomes a doorway where something new begins.
I wasn't made whole. I was made honest. And honesty cracks.